And that's how there we go. And we are live with the August edition of Coffee with Cathy. It is always a pleasure to visit with you each month and let you know what's going on in this great community of Kaiser. Of course, we have to be flexible, so I'm going to start off with a couple of things that have changed today. We've been enjoying the Summer Sounds concert series, but if you woke up around 6 o'clock like I did to the sound of thunder, you now know why. Tonight's concert has been rescheduled to September 7th. So we'll get back to that here in a little bit, but change your calendar and enjoy the activities going on around our community today. So here with me to share what's going on the phone is Jeremy Turner from the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce, and with me is also Betty Hart from the Kaiser Fire District and the Kaiser Community Library. And we've got a lot of other stuff to share today about what's going on in the community. So welcome, Betty. Thanks for being on the show today. And do you want to kick us off with some news from our Kaiser Community Library?
I'd be delighted to do that. Yes, we have one more Beyond Books program that's coming up this Wednesday at 3 p.m. on the patio, The Reptile Man. So, of course, the big deal is being sure that the Reptile Man gets all of his reptiles when he leaves. Anyway, there are free tickets available to attend this event at the front desk of the library, so people can drop by and pick those up and go to the event. This might be indoors, but I'm not sure. Anyway, the ticket will tell you for sure if it's going to be on the patio or at the community center next door. So that's a great event, and is a lot of fun for the kids that attend that.
It is, and I've said that if there are any leftovers, that get lost, I'm more than happy to play with them. I think they're really cool.
Well, be my guest. Anyway, yes. And the summer reading program is still going on until September 7th. And there are lots of books for kids of all ages to read before the end of the program. So I want to encourage people, they could still probably sign up and read a few books before the end of the time. There's a few weeks left. Excuse me. We have preschool story time on Wednesdays at 10:30. And now we have a Spanish version of preschool story time on Saturday mornings at 10:30. So the family story time in Spanish is still going on Tuesdays, but this is a new activity that we have been able to add for preschoolers on Saturday mornings at 10:30. So hopefully we will see a nice opportunity for that. We have a part-time staff person who's been reaching out to the Latino community to engage families in the library, and that's one. She's been very successful with that, and that's why we're offering this event. And then also coming up is
Betty, can I press pause for a second? That staffer was the result of a grant, wasn't it?
Yes, it was from the Grand Ron tribe. So that's really exciting for us. She works only 10 hours a week, but she's been really successful so far. So we were just delighted about that opportunity for the community and for the library. So and we've been adding more and more books that are in Spanish. Many of them are both Spanish and English, so you can read them both ways. And so speaking of which, we're going to have a Spanish book bingo with treats on the patio on September 20th at 5:30 to 7:30. And this event is open to all and free. So if you bingo, you win a book. And so that's going to be lots of fun. Um, we have a new library manager, which is pretty exciting. Her name is Elizabeth, and she is bilingual and works with the volunteers who staff the front desk and shelf books and kind of keeps the library running on a day-to-day basis. And we're really excited to have her, particularly because she is bilingual. So she's there probably 4 or 5 days a week at least, and works about half time. We have about 15,000 books at our library, and every month we get a lot of books donated, most of which end up in our semi-annual book sale, probably coming up in, I'm not sure, October or November, so I'll talk about that later. Volunteers call through those books and pull out ones that we think our readers would enjoy and swap them out for books that aren't being checked out in our library. So we are always adding new books, and we have had opportunity to get brand new books because people are donating them, not just through this process, but people can actually buy books for us from the book bin or from Amazon. We have kind of a list of books that we're interested in having, so they can go to those. And the link for those opportunities are available on the library website. So that'll be a lot of fun. And shall we talk about the community dinner? Got that
Let's
one.
do that. Yeah, let me get that
Yes.
picture up there. Again, partnership all the way, right?
Yes, so this is really cool. Many people in Kaiser are familiar with the community dinner that takes place on the fourth Wednesday of every month at 4:30, and it takes place at St. Edward's Catholic Church. And every month, different organizations in the community take turns hosting the event. In August now, the library will be hosting this event. So you'll see a number of our board members and other volunteers helping out at the dinner that day. I'm going to be the reader, so I will welcome you to the dinner, and we'll have some information about the library. People can sign up for library cards if they don't have them, and probably be little certificates for kids to get a free book if they come to the library. So we're pretty excited about doing this event, and we had a great time reaching out to the community through this event in the past. So it's August 28th, 4:30 at St. Edward's Catholic Church. So I hope to see everybody there.
It's on my
Yeah.
calendar for sure.
Yeah. Okay,
So
I think that's it for now.
to
And
switch hats a little
oh,
bit.
yes, I'm delighted to talk about Kaiser Fire. And as you can see, we have a firefighter here with a dog. Big surprise, right? So what the fire district staff is partnering with Salem Dogs to produce a 2025 calendar, which will include pictures of firefighters with Salem Dogs. And the proceeds from the sale of the calendars will go to Salem Dogs, and people can pre-order the calendar on the fire district's Facebook page. There's more information. Save $5 if you order ahead of time. And so I'm really looking forward to this. It'll be a lot of fun, and I know the staff is really enjoying putting this project together, and so that's great. You want me to go ahead and talk about some other things I got for the fire district? Sure. Okay.
Absolutely. There's so much
All
going on,
right.
but we can look at those cute at the cute dog too.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Um, So the fire board is meeting on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday at 5:30 at the Kaiser Fire Station. And of course, this is a public meeting and anyone can attend. The agenda is posted on kaiserfire.gov website for people who wish to attend the meeting remotely. There's a link on the agenda to connect to the meeting. So you can come either in person or attend remotely. We are very excited to have 5 new employees who have completed their initial training, and they'll start responding to calls this week in combination with other staff, of course. And this will allow us to have 3 ambulances on duty 24 hours a day, plus a daytime only ambulance. And that's so important because our calls continue to increase. In July was the 3rd busiest month in our history, and we're on track for reaching 7,000 calls this year, and possibly more than that. 7,000 would be 10% increase over 2023. So that's a big deal. So we're really excited to have this service, especially because we do mutual aid calls with both Salem and Marion County. And Salem is kind of in transition with their ambulance service. So we expect to be helping out there more. And so we do still have 1 opening. So somebody who might be interested in a career in fire service is welcome to go on the website to get more information and apply. And I want to give a couple of tips for people with school starting in a couple of weeks. Be on the lookout for kids and buses. So we've been sort of happy-go-lucky in the summer time, and that will change dramatically in just a few weeks. And then thanks to the Kaiser Fest, I know you're going to talk about that in a minute, just under $1,300 was raised for the Kaiser Fire Foundation. So that's an excellent gift to them to do some work beyond what the fire district does. And the open house is coming up in early October, so we'll have more information about that coming up. So I think that's it for me for now.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing all of that that's going on with the Kaiser Fire District. And yes, the Kaiser Fire Foundation, we're trying to make sure it's no longer Kaiser's Fest kept secret. And we want to have people go to their Facebook and learn more about the Kaiser Fire Foundation and how we can help enhance what we are already doing through our taxes and services that are the day-to-day operations, but by partnering, we can do even more. So
Right.
really appreciate that through the Kaiser Fire Foundation.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a few things to share what's happening with the city of Kaiser. Tell people that the city of Kaiser is got so much going on. We've got just so much activity all over town that we all have to divide and conquer to be able to keep up. So I'm going to just jump right into it. Next Tuesday, we have the next Trashy Tuesday that will be at Wallace House Park. So come down at 5:30 if you want to do some cleanup, learn about the habitat and environmental work that continues in that park. We have a big project coming on September 7th for that park. And it's just one of several ways that we can make a difference keeping our parks and our waterways pristine and enjoyable. So Trashy Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 20th. The turf fields, all of you who attended Kaiser Fest or have been down to the dog park have seen these turf fields are nearing completion. This was a $2 million grant from the Marion County to go with some of our funds to be able to construct these very important fields for our region. We have such a need for outdoor sports space, and this park has turned out to be a natural fit. So watch for those fields to open later in September. This is a regional asset for us, and we want to get them in use as much as possible to get folks enjoying recreational and competitive sports right here at Kaiser Rapids Park. So this is from City Hall Selfie Day. The League of Oregon Cities put it out there and said, "Hey, cities across Oregon, let's do a City Hall selfie." So I am right here. I joined some of our city staff out in front of the city of Kaiser, and thanks to Officer Powell, we had the drone flying to get the picture, and we worked at getting a letter K out there for Kaiser. So this was our first participation in City Hall Selfie Day, and it was a lot of fun. And thank you to the Kaiser employees who helped with this fun activity. This was another community activity where I got a chance to attend with leaders across our community with CASA that are doing one of the many back to school supply drives. So as you can see in front of all of us with school supplies, there were boxes and boxes of very generous donations. Thank you to Superintendent Andrea Castaneda. Congresswoman Andrea Salinas was there, and one of our city councilors who is also a teacher, Laura Reed. So it was a great event, and these school supply drives are happening all over our area. We want every child to go back to school fully equipped, ready to learn, and knowing that they've got what they need. Speaking of families, it was an absolute joy to join in the Center for Hope and Safety ribbon cutting yesterday for Hope Plaza. This is a building attached to the Center for Hope and Safety. It's going to have businesses and service providers on the first floor. And then there's residential on floors 2 and 3, along with a brand new training center. And that is where this display was. I'm standing there with Jane Downing, the amazing executive director for the Center for Hope and Safety. She has been an absolute powerhouse for ensuring that domestic violence victims become survivors and thrivers. So thank you to all of the partners who made this wonderful facility a reality, and people will start moving in next month. Our community is having another community cafe. Thank you to Tammy Coons and the Greater Northeast Kaiser Neighbors Association and our community family councils, the Kennedy Family Council and our neighborhood associations coming together for a community cafe. Come and learn about the different organizations that work together to serve Kaiser. So we have a lot of pride, spirit, and volunteerism, Kaiser, and rain or shine, these are happening today right here at a couple of our schools. We have Falcon Outdoor Cleanup Day at Forest Ridge Elementary School, and we have Gubser Beautification Day happening right now at Gubser Elementary School. There are other events happening at our schools, and I'm so delighted that each of us takes so much pride and care for our schools and getting them ready for our students to go back. One fun thing at Gubser is the students walk in literally on a red carpet on the first day of school. They roll out the red carpet and the students walk in like they are rock stars, and they're applauded. And it's a really neat way to welcome back all the students at that school. Another way that we can all help is working with the United Way. The Salem Kaiser Community Foundation is doing a number of projects for Welcome Back to School. This is one of them where they are seeking sponsors for meals for the teachers and staff at all of the Salem Kaiser schools. You can pick a school. I think a lot of them are already spoken for, so get in, scan that QR code and see if there is a school in Kaiser that you can help support with this back to school for the teachers and staff getting ready for this next school year. As mentioned earlier, we still have the ongoing Kaiser Rapids Summer Sound series. And just to note that the JFK concert scheduled for tonight has been rescheduled for September 7th. Thunder, lightning, and outdoor music, not a great combination. I've tried it before. Let's not do it again. So JFK is on tap for September 7th. Next Saturday on August 24th will be Johnny Wheels and the Swamp Donkeys. And then August 31st will be the Nash Brothers. So, and we also have opening acts. We have sponsorships, the main sponsors being the Rec by Valor Mentoring, Kaiser Chamber, Uptown Music, and the City of Kaiser. So come on out for great food from our food trucks and wonderful music in our Kaiser Rotary Amphitheater. And there's the announcement for the change for JFK on September 7th. And there's a lot more going on, but I want to switch over to Jeremy Turner, who has been patiently waiting on the phone as he's been traveling. Jeremy, I'm so glad that you were able to join us today and talk a little bit about the Kaiser Fest that just happened.
Oh, thank you, Mary Cathy. I'm just got to the blueberry harvest with my daughter, so we're kind of multitasking today. No, Kaiser Fest was great. I mean, had a lot of opportunities to talk to the community, and I'm so glad that Betty had mentioned the fundraiser. We collected tips, and then also from the bar, and we also collected half of that, or a little over half of the money that was raised, came from the cornhole tournament. And so we really want to thank that organization. I'm going blank on the name right now. That was able to help us raise some money. What can I say about Kaiser Fest? It was a little hot, but I think that overall it was a great success with all of the people that attended. We've had in I know that the carnival was busy constantly, and
Jeremy, you're going in and out a little bit.
we're happy enough
Jeremy?
eating multiple meals there throughout the week.
There we go. Your audio is going in and out a little bit as you're harvesting those blueberries.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit better. So what else is coming up for the chamber in these next couple 3 weeks? You guys are always busy.
Yeah, well, we're kind of the golf tournament yesterday. We had a pretty good turnout there, raised a little bit more money for the chamber so we can continue to operate the different programs and events that we host each month. We are going to get back to focusing on some of the business specific programs that we do. We're coordinating some lunch and learn opportunities that we're going to be bringing back, and then really focusing on just supporting the local business community.
Well, I love the idea of bringing back those lunch and learns. One of the things that so many of us began to really value during the pandemic and trying to go to virtual. There's just some things that we can't. Hang on. The joys of recording at home. There's just some things that don't replace being in person. And thank you so much for the chamber board looking at opportunities to get people face to face. Right now I'm showing your website that has so much information for our businesses and for the community to get involved. And I love that there's also a lot of information about visiting Kaiser, the business directory, which is now new, and you've got the directories available for anybody who would like to print copies as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we have the directory was sent to about 13,000 homes, and many of the businesses in the area have multiple copies for you to grab when you're out and about visiting. Yeah, getting back to just being in person with people and helping each of the businesses thrive. Kaiser Fest was a success because of the businesses and the volunteers. We're always looking for more people to help support all of the different activities that we do, try to get the exposure out there for the many businesses. We really could not have done it without the volunteers. There were people in the community that spent hours out in the parking lot just to help people, answer questions, help direct them to the river walk. There's just at the golf tournament, there's just a number of people that we couldn't do without.
Big shout out to the parking crew and to all of the setup and cleanup crew. It is always a community effort, and it was a great celebration of Kaiser community. I'm showing online now the Kaiser Chamber calendar, and that if people have events, if their chamber members would like to get that on there, this is a great resource for what's going on and for our local governments, our businesses, community-based organizations to get your information onto the, out there on the media that is really heavily used for the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce. So,
Yeah.
Jeremy, I'll let you go. And if you have anything else real quick, I'll let you go pick
No,
blueberries.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions about the chamber, we have large businesses, small businesses, and just people, residents of the community that are visiting with us and answering, asking the tough questions about what's going on in the business community. So we're happy to support everybody.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And all the work that you, as a volunteer board, you guys get about the same paycheck as we do on city council, which is the satisfaction of a job well done.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great one.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. That's what we do. We out in the community getting things done day after day. So speaking of community, I'd love to wrap up the program today with some other community events that have happened or are happening. And right here on the screen, let's see if I can share that. There we go. On Tuesday, we had a ribbon cutting with U.S. Senator Jeff Merkley, the board members from Chariots, and I was there to help with the ribbon cutting for the first electric charging station, in-ground charging for the 10 electric buses now going into service at Chariots. The entire Route 11 will be electric buses. No emissions, if you sit behind a bus, you're not going to be smelling anything. It is all clean and it is just beautiful. This is one of the buses that is going into service. When they pull into the Kaiser Transit Center, they will pull over a charging platform, and while it's sitting there, it will be charging, ready to go again. So this was the first that I'm aware of in our region, and definitely the first for the Chariots buses. So congratulations to Chariots, and thank you for choosing Kaiser to be the place to get this going for the electrification of our Chariot system. There's another scene from Kaiser Fest. McNary. So we've been talking about back to school. And so if you are a parent, student, relative, a community member wanting to know what's happening, go on to the McNary Facebook page, their website. Right now they're looking at schedules, and so much more is happening at McNary and all of our schools getting ready for the next school year. So you're going to notice a couple of changes along River Road. 2 of our signal boxes owned by the city of Kaiser are now wrapped in art. So we've seen an uptick in graffiti and so forth, and we also enjoy public arts, and we have a Kaiser Public Arts Commission. So thanks to the commission working with local artists, we now have 2 of our signal boxes wrapped in art. And I hope you enjoy those. It adds a colorful splash along River Road, and will help also discourage other autographs, shall we say, on these boxes. So there are more that are being planned, but the first 2 have now been installed. Congratulations to the Kaiser Public Arts Commission. And I think that is the last graphic I have for today. So again, there's so much more happening in Kaiser. It is truly a pleasure to bring you this program each month. Chemeketa Community College will be back next month for the September edition, getting ready for the launch of the school year there. And Ramiro Navarro from Chariots will also be back next month. So it was nice to be able to give a plug for Chariots for him today. It is always a pleasure to visit with you If you have news that you would like to have be part of Coffee with Cathy, please send it to me at clarkc@kaiser.org. And if you have any questions about the Kaiser Fire District, get a hold of Betty Hart. And what's your email address, Betty?
BHeart@kaiserfire.gov.
Fantastic. Well, thanks again, everybody. It's been a pleasure visiting with you today on the August edition of Coffee with Cathy. Have a great one.
See you all.